Guys, I think I'm sick. I surprised myself the other day doing something very, very wrong and unusual to my personality in this game. You know what that is? I was just fooling around in Minecraft the other day, and then I was enjoying something that I'm not supposed to enjoy doing as much, even more than doing redstone. I was building and I was actually enjoying that more in the technical aspect of the game. Can you believe it? I don't know what's wrong with me. I need a doctor to see me or something. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know what's going on with this stage either. What the heck is this? There are no walls and there's no ceiling above my head. This is a horrible job. This stage is all fake and wrong. Hey, writers, I need to talk to you a bit. Oh wait, that's me. Oh dang. I should probably retire of this job. MaitreDesBlocs strikes once again. Hello, YouTube! This is MaitreDesBlocs, and today we're going to continue our Minecraft Let's Play for episode 71 of the Minecraft Let's Play series. 71! Can you believe it? That's only 4 episodes away from the 75 episode break, which will be the end of season 3 of the Minecraft Let's Play as well. How are you doing all? How's it going? How's your life? How's the family? How have you been since last week? Because this is probably a week after the time I'm going to post episode 70, which I haven't posted yet at the time that I'm recording this. I'm always recording in advance, which I love to do, because in that case, if one episode takes longer, I don't have to worry about not being able to post it in time. Anyways, we're back in the Let's Play world here. My dogs right now are just looking at me like if I have something they want. Are you looking for something? I don't have any names for them either. They're just my dogs. I don't really have any name. Except the only thing that I hate about having dogs around is when you shoot yourself. When you shoot yourself, my dogs will try to save me. And they stand up. And then they sit back down a while after. Which means that if I shoot myself... Whoa, that was weird. And then walk... my dogs will actually move before sitting down. I don't like that thing with the dogs, because when I'm flying around with my Elytra, because I'm still in 1.10.2, I'm using my boat to fly around, and these dogs keep changing their spots all the dang time. I have to move them to somewhere, and they will not do that anymore. Anyways, I have a couple of things I want to show you. Well, I almost revealed a pretty big spoiler. I wanted to show you something I worked on for the last couple of days, and it is pretty cool, if I could say so myself. I worked on a building, as you saw in my silly intro there. I was working on making the village look a little better in general and just putting some random details every now and there. And I thought last episode that I was going to try to do something about the roofs, because the roofs that we have to these houses, they're pretty plain. They're just a single color, no interruption, nothing fancy around the borders, all the same level. They're not really interesting in any way. And considering you see these roofs when you look at the island from above, pretty much above every single building, because they're all using the same style for the build, it looks like you have a bunch of chocolate bars laid down where your houses are, because all you see is just spruce. Spruce all over. Just spruce. All solid spruce. I want to change that, and I wanted to change that for a while, so I spent an afternoon experimenting with medieval roof types, and I got something that is looking pretty cool, and I did that for the blacksmith building. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to show the reveal of what I worked on, so you guys can tell me what you think of it, basically. Are you ready? That is the roof type that I made. That is pretty interesting looking, I can say that. I have some good aspects, well, some good sides of having a roof like this, and some bad sides as well. So first of all, I'm going to go on the good side. The shape of this roof, let me actually get up there so I can show you with more detail. The shape of this roof is pretty interesting. It isn't just a plain, like, all stair, one slope with the same inclination all the way up kind of roof. It is like you start here, this is like half slab kind of slope, and in the corners is going a little bit more steep, so it looks like it's kind of rounded like this, kind of like an old building, sort of. And then as you go up, it becomes more and more steep. So that kind of looks good because the shape is interesting to look at. The second thing I love with this design here is the borders. I love these borders. It kind of reminds me in a way of like a castle tower thingies, or even Japanese, Chinese style buildings. That kind of, I think it's Japanese. Japanese or Chinese, I forgot. But like one of those cultures, they have like these roofs which have like borders with little spikes on the sides. I don't know how they're called. I should probably do some research about that actually, so don't sound like an idiot. So that are the good sides of this. Now let's go on the bad sides of this. First of all, from below it looks kinda derpy. I mean, not too much, but I mean, from here it kind of looks good. But if I go inside of this building, I need to put the item frames here, by the way. I need to do that one of these days. If I look here, it is interesting. It's interesting. You don't have as much room up there as I used to have when I started this, but it still looks kind of good, I guess. But the second bad side that I have with this, and this is the side that's annoying me a little bit, is when you look at it from an angle like here. You see, where we had spruce going all the way to the border, the spruce was providing a really good contrast with the sandstone, and it was going really well with the oak logs here. But now, this blends in pretty well with the sandstone. It kind of looks like these colors are similar, and the contrast is a little bit lacking. I thought of changing it a bit by putting the oak in the middle and the spruce on the side, but I didn't do that. And I think the reason is because I see oak used in buildings everywhere, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. But in general, it looks kind of good. Like, my favorite angle probably for this is like here or here. It looks absolutely gorgeous from here. Like, I love this. I want the entire village to have roofs like this. But I want to know what you guys think of this, and if you guys like it, I'm going to do the whole village of it. And if you guys don't like it, then I will probably do the... Never mind. I love these roofs. I'm probably going to do the whole village of it anyways. This is my home island. I can decide what to do what I want here, and I like this roof, and I want to see it everywhere. So you're probably going to see an update done to the entire roofing of the island pretty soon. Despite the fact that this building looks absolutely beautiful, that is not the reason why I decided to make this in the first place. Every building on Home Island has a reason to exist, and the reason why I wanted to make a blacksmith building was no more but to put a place for the mob drops of our mob farm over there. That mob farm has been fixed. Whoops, I blew up that bush. That was an accident. That mob farm was fixed, I think, 2 or 3 episodes ago, and now it's ready for the 1.11 update. It gives us tons and tons and tons of drops in hoppers down the system there, but we have nowhere that those hoppers deliver the items, and we have no storage system for it, no chests for it or anything. And that is why I wanted to build another building for Home Island, because I wanted some place to put them. So I was thinking, why not put the mob drop chests in the basement here? And that is what I want to do here. The problem is, this basement is not ready to put any chests or to redo anything with this at the moment. You can see some dirt in the walls. This is all still grass growing in here. We have to do something about this and polish this room up first, which is what I'm going to do right now. And then we'll have to go all the way to the mob farm and get some hopper system going to bring the items from all the way over there all the way to this blacksmith building here. And that is what I'm going to work on after I finish polishing this room up a bit. I am so stupid. I am ashamed of my own stupidity. I was here experimenting with some kind of storage for the mob drops in the basement here and what would fit in this area. And first of all, I can tell you that the overflow protection item storing I wanted to use is pretty big. I mean, it uses like, what is in there? A chest. That is not supposed to be in there. it uses like all the space we have here. I was thinking the ladder to come down here will probably be on this block here, aligned with the ladder going up with the floor above. And this is the space we have. We have like 2 blocks of space before we touch the chest. And this was just an experiment I was putting. Let's just say this was like bones and gunpowder and ender pearls, because that would be for skeletons, for creepers, and for endermen. No arrow collection, because we don't need arrows because I have an infinity bow. And no rotten flesh collection because, well, we have the zombie complex and we have a ton of rotten flesh already. And this would be the other extra items, and then the rest would go get burned in a chest or something. This could be an example of what I would do here. First of all, I was thinking, could we stack 2 blocks of this kind of storage? Like, could we put another storage section above this one? We cannot, because this is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks high. And if we put the chest directly below these hoppers, above these hoppers, I mean, the hoppers of the top row will be sucked up their items from the hoppers below here. So it would need to be 1 more block, which means they would end up in the room above. There's not enough space above here, basically, to put another modular design like this. And the second thing is, why I think I'm stupid, is because this house, this blacksmith shop here, is on the side of a cliff. Like, as you can see here, the ground level here is the same level as the door, but as you go down here, it becomes lower and lower, which means that all this here, up to here, I think, this is usable space. Like, even there, almost, I mean, I can see some grass there, but almost all of this is usable space. I mean, that is a ton of space. We could put all of this stuff in the wall there. We don't need to use all the room here. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to move all of these storing cells down in the wall there, which means we maybe even have the space to compact 2 rows of storage one above each other, because we could have all the storing system in the wall. Yeah, I think I'm going to try that and see how that works. So this is a new plan. We're going to have 2 double chests of storage per category. I have 2 double chests for the skeleton drops, 2 double chests for the gunpowder, because we're going to need a lot of that in the 1.11 update for the rockets. I have 2 double chests for ender pearls, because you can never have too many ender pearls. And if they accumulate over time, I'm never going to run out of them when I want to use them. 2 chests for witch drops, and 2 double chests for the non-stackable items, which means bows, armor, and all that stuff. So how I am going to sort this, that is the tricky part of this plan here. I never did this kind of sorting system before, and I really hope that I can do what I have in mind here. So basically, this is what I want to do. This elevator here, this is going to be a dropper elevator, bringing the items from the farm collection point all the way over in the ocean there, where I'm going to have a gigantic line of hoppers, or maybe a nice stream, bringing the items into a hopper that will go into an item elevator from bedrock, basically, all the way to the top here. Then the items will go here, and they will go above a non-stackable item sorter around this point here, which will put the items in this hopper here, and then this hopper here. I'm going to have something connecting them together, and that can link up to that. So all the non-stackable items can go in these 2 hoppers here, and in these chests, like so. The rest of the items will continue their way here, and they will go down in this line here. Now, here's the tricky part that I want to do with this plan. So, if you have a double chest with 1 item in every single spot, like, let's say I'm going to cover this all with stone bricks, like that. If I have a hopper, with an item leading into that chest, like so, and I put a stone brick in there, the only item that will be able to go in this chest is stone bricks. And that way I can kind of make an item sorter, but not an item sorter for just 1 item. For every type of item I put in this chest, as long as I have a stack of 1 item in there that the item can go into, and no empty slots for all the junk to go in. The problem, though, is that the game seems to have a priority over putting the items in the bottom of a hopper before putting them on the side. So if I put a stone brick in that hopper right there, it's going to go, I can actually demonstrate to you. if I put a stone brick there, you would think it would end up in this chest. It is not going to end up in this chest. It's going to end up here. Why? Because the game puts it in the hopper below it before it even has a chance to go in the chest. And to circumvent that problem, what I want to do is I want to power all of these hoppers, but power them on a clock. I am pretty sure that if there was a Minecraft dictionary and you searched up for redstone, the antonym would be simple, because this is far from being simple. You have no idea. Can I just for once have a redstone contraption that would just take me like an afternoon to work on, but 3 days? Really? Why? I thought this was going to be like an easy to make episode, but surely not. I can tell you that for sure. But I got it working, and I can tell you that one of the reasons why this took so long is probably because of my stubbornness. I could have looked for tutorials. I could have looked to see how some other people did it, but I really wanted to come up with something myself. And I did come up with something that works, but this took quite a long time to develop. I will show you it in action though. Now I can take pretty much any item. I'll just take, let's say I'll take this and this. So I'll take 64 and 3 bones, and when they will go in the chest, you'll see they'll appear in those 2 slots. Remember that? Okay. Now if I put those into where the mob farm will deliver the items, like here, and I turn it on, this is where the madness starts. It creates a clock, and I don't think the clock creates too much lag because I got so many torches around here, the lighting of the redstone shouldn't update anything around, so I think I'm pretty much safe with lag with that, except that annoying clicking noise is doing all the time. But as you can see, look in this chest, the items are appearing, and this is the fastest I could make them appear. Uh-oh. Why are they, like, not coming at some time? Sometimes they're coming, sometimes they're not. What happened there? That gets me worried. For a moment, I saw the items stopped appearing in the chest. Uh-oh. Did they go in the other place? What? I tested this! I tested this all over! Wait, is that a fail in the system? Let's see if that happens again, because it shouldn't do that. Maybe I got something wrong with the startup of the system. Anyways, it seems like it does work at least. Okay, now third attempt at trying to explain how this thing works. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fun. So what's going on here is that there are some items coming through these hoppers here, and they're entering a kind of a loop going on down here, and then into an item elevator, and then back down there. Let's say I have a hopper here and a hopper there. This hopper will suck the items from this one before this one has a chance to give the items to a chest or a container. So to fix that problem, what we have to do with this is to always have it so the hopper below the one which has an item is powered. So this one cannot accept an item until this one checks for that chest. And then this one gets powered, this one gets unpowered, the item goes down here, and the same thing happens. And the same thing happens, and so on. And how I did that is really simple. Because we have NOT gates at 1 hopper out of 2 on this side, and on the other one, we have a repeater. So the repeater here, the other repeaters, are powering this item elevator every now and then. You can see they're just powering the droppers, making the items in here go up. As they do so, every other block, we have a torch that is basically the inverse of this signal here. As you can see, this is going into that repeater, and it's also going into this dust, which is going into this torch. So as this repeater turns on, the exact same tick, this depowers. And that happens every other block, which means we have a powered here, unpowered there, powered here, unpowered there, powered here, unpowered there. And then when they switch, powered, unpowered, power. And as you can see, like these are all unpowering, and then the repeaters are powering, and then the inverse. And the way these repeaters are powering the hoppers here is because they power through the droppers here. So that is how I got the hopper chain here, because the item, for example, can go here when this is depowered. Check for that chest, powered above, powered below, and then this one gets powered, the top and the below gets unpowered, so the item is sucked by the one below, which is unpowered, and then this one is unpowered, check for the chest, but the two around it get unpowered, and that's how the item goes like this every single time, until it reaches this one, and then it goes into the item elevator, which is activated by these repeaters right here, and then it goes back down the other way, exact same redstone mirrored at the other side. And that is how we have the item sorting. There is one more part to the system just to make sure that the items are coming in too quickly, because if too many items come in the system at the same time, they will come faster than the system can process them. So we have a locked hopper right on top of here. I can go there. This one is locked by a redstone dust at the other side of this block right here. I can't break it because that is linked up to the outside. Actually, can I? Oh, I can, okay. Well, that redstone dust is powering that hopper there, and this is controlled by a monostable circuit on silent mode right here. So every time a signal goes through here, it will depower this for a tick. And that lets one item go through. So all the items stay into here, into this one, and every now and then one item can go through when the system can process a new item. And that is how we have the sorting for the items in the storage system for the mob farm. I also had to move the chests down by one just because they weren't fitting with the new wiring system I have, because the ceiling was too close to the top of the wiring, so I had to move those down, but it still works fine. I mean, it still looks good, and the cool thing is I can access these chests better than I could before. So now the next thing we have to do with this system is we need to link up this here to an item elevator that will go all the way down to where the items from the mob farm will come. And that is what I'm going to do next. I'll have to do some digging here and go all the way down to the level of the hoppers at the mob farm, and then make the hopper chain at the mob farm go all the way over here. And then they'll meet up, and then the items should be able to come directly from the mob farm into the system. And that is what I'm going to work on next, and I'll see you when I have that done. It's when you have a shortage of steak, and then you're going to get wheat, and you realize there's not much wheat left in the chest. Bob the second, where are you? You're not doing your work here. I can see you harvested some crops here. Where is he? Villager mumbles. He's around here. Are you kidding me? What are you doing there? What happened to you? Bob, we're not supposed to be in the ground. What the heck? How did you get there? I have no idea how this guy got there. I think this is how the first Bob died. Somehow these guys glitched through the ground. I have no idea what happened. Can I get you out of there? Please tell me I can. The minecart's still going. That is really surprising. Okay, never mind. It's going. Yeah, I could probably break this. And, oh, what is this? Get back there. Can you jump out of there? Can you jump on this block and then get out? I hope you can. I think the minecart picked up the rail as well. Bob, do you need some help? He's having a fun time right there. I might have to, remove this, and then maybe dig this. There we go. Well, you get out of there. I can't even place this back. Okay, well, we'll leave him a little bit and see if he comes out or not. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's block that. Okay, good. A catastrophe has been avoided. And I can't get out of here myself now. Do you still have the rail in you? No, you do not. Well, dang. I don't know how to do this. Climb out like this. And then I can place this here. Don't you dare fall in there, Bob. I'm gonna go get another rail so I can fix this problem. Who is hungry? Who wants wheat? Mwahahaha. I am the king of mushrooms. And now, dinner time. Nom 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 nom. Delicious. A whole lot of time has passed, and I think I finally got this project finished. As you can see, all the different types of items are delivered in the chests now, including the non-stackables, which I haven't linked up earlier, and these ones are just waiting to be filled up on their turn, except that this chest, for example, this one is full, so it's starting to fill up this one, and then here, this gunpowder chest is full, so starting to fill up this one. I AFK'd here quite a long time, and now we have ender pearls. We have a source of ender pearls, which means I can actually use ender pearl technology and ender pearl around the island, which is really, really cool. But yeah, I worked quite a bit of time on this, and I got it finished, and it is not really simple. Not like, it's probably more complicated now than it was before, but I'm going to try to explain what I did since last progress update anyways. So, first of all, I installed the elevator that brings the stuff from all the way down there. There's a nice stream that brings the items from the mob farm itself all the way to this item elevator, and then they just come up a dropper elevator all the way up here into hoppers here. And then these hoppers loop around and pass over a non-stackable item sorter. I said I would include one of these. And this simply works off the fact that the hopper below the top one here is locked by a torch. This torch will only unlock if the signal from this comparator is greater than 2. And that happens when there is a non-stackable item going through here. When there is, that turns on and it will activate all here. Then they will activate this repeater, this block, this dust I mean, and then deactivate this torch, letting the non-stackable item go through the system and come down here in this line. Then this line of non-stackable items goes, where does it go? Oh, this is a labyrinth now, I tell you. It goes under here, in this line here, and then under this contraption here, all the way here, until it gets a dividing point. Where is it? Where is the dividing point? Over here? Yeah, here. It goes on this, and it will prefer to go below, so it'll go that way, and that feeds it to that side over there. When that side is full, it's going to back up into the hoppers here until this one is full, and then it will prefer to go straight. So it'll continue to go this way, and then feed on the left side. And then if that side is full, then it will back up all the way to here, and then it will go that way until it reaches this thing here, which burns the leftover items. And this also gets all the items that can't be sorted by the chest there, so the rotten flesh and stuff will all go into this dropper and be burnt. As you can see right here, some arrows go in here because the arrow system is completely full, so the extra arrows will go and be burnt by the lava. And that's how I prevent the system from being overflown. And here, this is the new clock we got here. Same thing as last time. 4 hoppers leading into each other, except there is a redstone dust above. When this is activated, it will lock one of the hoppers below here. It will stop the item, this wooden shovel, from doing the clock, and it will stop this whole sorting system from going. So that's how it can stop the system. And it's completely automatic too, because the way we can stop it is not by a controlled button or anything. This is linked up to this redstone torch, which is linked up to this wire, and linked up to this pulse extender. So as long as these comparators are on, it will power this line, depower this torch, and make the clock run, and therefore the whole system is running. And you might ask, what causes this pulse extender to be active? Well, that is controlled by whenever an item goes up the item elevator. Every time an item goes up the item elevator, it will light up this repeater right here, which will reset the pulse extender and keep the system running. So if we turn off the farm, then the items will stop coming from the elevator, and the entire thing here will shut off within a few seconds. And that is how I never ever have to come back here, hopefully, if the system never breaks, to change anything with the system. So I think this is working and done. So I think I'm pretty much ready to close this off and call this a finished project. Did I forget to say this is a slime chunk? I get like big slime spawning down here every now and then. It's kind of annoying, and I think it's also ruining with my spawn rates because these guys are taking up the mob cap. So I probably have to half slab the mob farm below area so this doesn't happen. You guys are so annoying. You can all die. Thank you. But they get slime balls. They give slime balls, which is kind of good because I don't have my slime farm done yet. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys the water stream that I have for the item collection. So as you know, this is where the skeleton items come from, and this is also where the mobs die in the mob farm. all their items go up into the same hopper line, and then they go into this self-powering dropper, which just basically throws everything that goes in there, and then they go along this ice stream. I decided to go with an ice stream because I didn't want to make a hopper chain, because hoppers in a great quantity cause lag, so I don't want to use more hoppers than I need to because I already have so many at the sorter itself. And then it just turns this way, and then it goes into another self-powering dropper, and this controls the whole item elevator. So that's how the items go from the mob farm to the sorting system. But anyways, it's that time again. The episode is getting quite long, so I think it's time for us to end this episode of the Minecraft Let's Play series. Before we end it totally though, I have one last thing to show you that I did. On the mob system here, I made a new option to kill the mobs without them being killed by these wolves here. So if I don't want the skeleton XP, and I want to AFK for, let's say, a couple hours of time, and I don't want to have to worry about these wolves dying over time, plus when they go through the spiderweb system, they sometimes can go really slow, and then it makes the farm less efficient. So instead I created an option to just let them drop all the way down there and die immediately. So this is how I switch it. I can just click this lever here, and this will put it as it is usually. The mobs will just fall in here, and they will go along into this cobweb, and they will fall down below after these wolves have killed the skeletons off. If I switch this, though, you'll see a couple things happen. This piston here retracts, taking the trapdoor with it. Baby zombies are a little bit higher than the gap here, so they cannot fit into that gap. They'll just fall here, no problem with that. And they'll just fall straight through here. I blocked off the water here with a glass block, and I also removed the two bottom blocks there with two pistons there, and I pushed a magma block right here. And the reason why is because I can't do anything with the cobweb, but just in case a baby zombie manages to fall in that cobweb space, the magma block hopefully will finish it off, so we have no problem with that whatsoever. And if, and I say hey, if he manages to survive that even, he'll just go there and fall down the other way. So that is no problem at all. And the rest of the mobs will just go down there and get killed off on those magma blocks down there, which just deliver the same hopper line to the same sorting? What am I saying? Sorting as the other item. So that's how I did that. And hopefully that way I'll be able to AFK to get a lot more items when I don't want any XP at the XP fountain. Anyways, that'll be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. MaitreDesBlocs, out.